Hello everyone, and welcome to this webinar looking at how you can ensure the originality of your manuscripts. This webinar is brought to you by Inago and iThenticate. iThenticate are a world leader in plagiarism detection software and checking software. In today's presentation, we'll be looking at how iThenticate and Inago's products and services support the creation of high quality research content. Obviously, there's a disclaimer. This presentation is owned and licensed by Crimson Interactive and its affiliates. This presentation will be available on the Inago Academy website after the webinar has taken place. So please, if you want to refer back to this webinar, please come to the Inago Academy website to download. So let me introduce our speakers for today. Our first speaker is Gretchen Hansen. Gretchen is Principal Product Marketing Manager at Turnitin. She has a master's in library and information science from the University of Maryland and has 20 years experience in education and education technology. She's very experienced as a product manager, and her role is to oversee the product marketing strategy and execution of Turnitin's suite of integrity products. Katerina Nizova from Turnitin, from iThenticate, is Associate Product Manager, Product Marketing Manager, I should say, with a background in international business and comes from a content marketing background as well in education technology, as well as in other technology companies. And Katerina's role, or Kate as I should say, assists in the promotion of iThenticate services and helps researchers publish with confidence. A few words about me. I'm Tony O'Rourke. I'm Vice President for Partnerships here at Inago. I've got a lot of experience working in the scientific, technical and medical journals fields. And I'm part of the team at Inago, which helps authors to make high quality content accessible and services available for authors and researchers all over the world. And I have, over the last few years, some experience in launching new AI products to support scientific writing. And I've served on a number of boards in the publishing sector, as you can see here. So I'm going to start this presentation just by saying a few words about Inago. We're a world leader in author services, and our author first, quality first approach ensures that authors receive only the best quality output and excellent user experience at all times. This unrelenting focus on authors' needs means that we never compromise on our quality of systems and processes at any cost. We started in 2015. We operate all over the world with offices in 15 countries, market leading in certain countries in Asia. Since we've started, we've worked with more than 2 million authors. We cover something like 1,400 different micro subject areas, and our editors typically have somewhere between 15 and 20 years experience in the field of editing and academic support. So the slides that the services that we provide cover across a number of areas. They're designed very much with the needs of the author in mind. The Inago Academy is a training platform to educate authors through a variety of resources, including webinars and live workshops. We also have an e-learning platform for researchers called Inago Learn. And we also have a one-to-one consultation platform called Inago Consult. Inago offers world-class services to researchers at different stages of their research career. These include a 2-editor system for English language editing, as well as academic and non-academic translation services, manuscript preparation services, and publication support services. Our editors are native English-speaking subject matter specialists. So our services our communication services are designed to help researchers to communicate their research findings, whether that's via a video abstract or perhaps a plain English summary, to help them to communicate their research to the wider community. We also provide medical writing services, expert writing services within the field of clinical science and medicine. The Inago promise is a guarantee. If you send us a manuscript, we guarantee that it will not be rejected on the basis of poor language. On that rare occasion where rejection occurs and language is given as a reason, it happens very, very, very rarely. But when it does happen, we take full responsibility to re-edit your paper, to resubmit, and you can resubmit that to us at no additional cost. And now to the reason why you're all here, the iThenticate services. Inago has been in a strategic partnership with iThenticate since October 2016, over 4 years now. In that time, more than 4,000 Inago users have benefited from the services provided by this collaboration. The plagiarism check service provided by iThenticate plays a crucial role in the overall publication journey of an author and is widely used worldwide, truly worldwide. Authors receive a detailed report from iThenticate which covers similarity, a score and a report, content tracking, a summary report, as well as the largest matches. iThenticate, as you'll find out, is the world's largest provider and leading provider when it comes to plagiarism checking. Millions of authors, thousands of universities and major STM publishers, as well as other organizations, routinely use iThenticate's plagiarism check service. It's a testimony to the high quality services provided by iThenticate. We're very, very happy to be working with iThenticate in this strategic collaboration, and it plays a vital role in helping our authors to get published. At which point I would like to hand over to Kate from iThenticate, who will carry on this presentation.
Hello everyone, my name is Kate, and today I'll be sharing with you some insights about why similarity checking is really crucial for your successful publication path, and will explain you how iThenticate helps you to publish with confidence. But first, let me tell just a couple of words about who we are. So that's important to mention that iThenticate as a product is a part of the global company called Turnitin, dedicated to all things integrity in education and research. And iThenticate is a really premier tool for researchers to check their papers for plagiarism and to help them publish with confidence. That is why we're teaming up with Inago, your trusted publication partner, to add to that extra a bit of confidence and to help you boost your chances of acceptance to your desired international publication outlet. But first, let's talk a little bit about where the research and publication market goes. So as probably many of you have already noticed, every year there are more and more researchers coming to the field, making this field really increasingly competitive. And by 2030, this market is expected to grow by additional 10 million of researchers eager to get published across the international journals, which are highly reputable and highly desirable. And that's an amazingly high increase. And this increase actually results in the lowering of the chances of successful publication for every researcher in the field, right? On the other hand, the number of the articles that are estimated to actually get published across those international journals is tremendously lower compared to the number of researchers who are willing to get published. And on top of that, digital publishing is on the rise, and this market is expected to grow even further through the next couple of years. And this means that publishers are getting more and more incoming application manuscripts from researchers, and those publishers are looking for ways to streamline, to automate their process of selecting the best of those applications. And of course, they are finding the tools that are able to sort out the papers which have even the slightest signs of misconduct, inconsistency, or any other shortages. That is why that is so important for researchers right now to pay an extra attention to the consistency of their manuscripts, and especially to the indisputable originality of the manuscript before hitting that submit button to your favorite and desired publisher. And let's talk about the researchers. So the researchers community is really a hard-working community of professionals who are paving their way to get published across international and highly reputable journals. And that's absolutely understandable because researchers are still living in this paradigm of publish or perish. And the whole reputation of the researchers and their career hinges on the ability to get published. And it's not only their whim or plain desire to get published, it's more of a internal and external pressures that you are facing day in and day out. That is why you just need the means to boost your confidence about the originality of your work, the tools and means that will help you protect your own personal reputation when you get published, and your institution's reputation, which is also very important. For those of you who are looking for funding, that's important to get that funding in place and secure it by submitting original, spotless grant proposal to your granting agency. And finally, the whole process of writing up the manuscript, which is a collaborative effort, involves multiple authors often, requires the tools that will help you manage potential mistakes, potential problems citing, issues with data, and potential plagiarism that could come from probably co-authors or other unexpected places. And that's interesting how originality of the paper is really at the core of the successful publication scenario, because checking for originality of your whole research starts really at the pre-research stage, when you can submit your hypothesis and early findings and check for potential plagiarism in order to find probably some other authors who are already covering your topic in one way or another. And this way you could find potential collaborators for yourself, or alternatively you could find the publication outlets that could be a good fit for your topic. And after the research is done, there is an important and lengthy and cumbersome process of writing the manuscript coming. And at this stage, it's, and again, given that it's an iterative, lengthy process, and again, a collaborative effort of multiple authors, it's really crucial to submit your manuscript and check it for plagiarism before submitting to your publisher, because unexpected problems with citing or with data, or probably some plagiarism coming from the work contributed by other authors, could come up and prevent you from successfully passing the initial screening. And finally, when your work is successfully accepted, there is an editorial process going together with publishing process. And again, this stage could get really iterative as you get sections of your research back for rework. And this stage is equally important because as you write up your manuscript, you need to really make sure that those new versions are clean, spotless, free of plagiarism and any potential problems with the originality of your text. That is why it's worth resubmitting your drafts before you return them to your publisher. And now let me tell you how exactly iThenticate helps you boost that confidence and ultimately increase your chances of acceptance to a desired publication outlet. So first and foremost, that's being a part of publication process. So iThenticate is incorporated in the top publishers' workflows and processes. Thanks to our exclusive partnership with Crossref, such huge publishers as Nature, Springer, Blackwell, Wiley, and thousands more trust iThenticate to detect unoriginal work. And for you as a researcher, it's really crucial and really beneficial to use the same tool as your preferred publisher does to boost your confidence about the originality of your work and ultimately increase your chances of acceptance to that publisher, because basically your work will be screened against the same database your preferred publisher uses. The other part is protecting your reputation. So iThenticate has this exhaustive database of top scholarly content across industries from top publishers across the globe. And really, through iThenticate, you have access and your manuscript is being published through this vast database of top-notch, best-in-class, indexed scholarly content there is. The other part that your manuscript is being scanned against is an exhaustive and continuously updated database of current and archived web pages. So as a result, your work is being checked for plagiarism against literally every single reputable indexed scholarly content article piece there is available on the market. And this extensive database is available to you because of our trusted relationship with the best content providers like Core, Crossref, ProQuest dissertations, etc., etc. And iThenticate aggregates all this data and technology into one single piece and place, which is easy to read and easy to use as iThenticate report, through which you are able to check all of the similarities that are occurring, self-plagiarism potentially against the articles that are already published, and polish your manuscript really to be super ready for being scanned, to be accepted by your desired publisher. And the best part is that plagiarism check by iThenticate is available for all Inago users, and hopefully now Tony will share with us how iThenticate plagiarism check service is working along with your other services.
I'm very
so
happy to.
Over to you, Tony.
Thank you very much, Kate. I'm very happy to do so. Yes, as Kate correctly mentions, Inago has the facility to allow you as a researcher to order your iThenticate report through us. You submit your manuscript. Selecting iThenticate. All format files are acceptable. The manuscript is then scanned for plagiarism, and the report is shared. Let me show you my screen. So if you go to the inago.com website and select Publication Support Services, you'll see there's a box that says Plagiarism Check. Select Plagiarism Check, and then you simply upload your paper, and then iThenticate does the rest. So send your manuscript to Inago, selecting iThenticate, scan the manuscript for plagiarism, and then you'll receive a report highlighting the potential areas of plagiarism, along with links to the original content. And do please always check on the site, because from time to time we have promotions where you can buy the plagiarism service as part of an overall package of services from Inago. Okay, at which point I will hand back to Kate and to Gretchen.
All right, I think I am next up. It's on me to take you through a little demo. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you all here. All right, great. Okay, so what we'll go ahead and show you here is the formatted similarity report. So here we have the paper that you've uploaded, which has been compared against our database of content, which is, as you remember, this massive internet database of internet content, as well as premium publications. At the top, you can see the title, some kind of statistics about the paper itself. You can see what types of exclusions have been added. So I'll talk a little bit more about those in just a minute. But also the similarity score. So the similarity score is a number that people, kind of like to fixate on because they feel like it's a good indicator of whether there is plagiarism or isn't plagiarism. But this score is simply telling the percentage of matched text, of text that we found that was similar to other text out within our databases of content. And whether that's good similarity or bad similarity is really up to you as the reviewer. On this right column, we do have all of these text matches that we were able to identify within our databases of content. So we can see that they're going to be color-coded and numbered. So as I'm scrolling through my report here, I'll start to see some of these matches appearing. If I click on one of the numbers, what I get is a little pop-up that will bring the context from the original source where we found it. You can compare these side by side. If you wanted to dig a little bit deeper, you could also go into the sidebar here, click on this little arrow, and it would give you more information about that particular match. So you could see all of the different sources where we found that match text. So here we have some from the internet, from economicshelp.org, from a ProQuest article, and then another internet site, repository.wit.ie. So I could go ahead and review those, and what I can also do here is for this primary source, this is the one we deemed kind of the most valuable of all of those sources. I do have 14 additional matches that came from that website. So I could go ahead and just start to review those matches just by clicking through. My cursor and my area moves along, so I'm able to kind of see this next match, compare it with the little pop-up bubble, and I can just keep moving through and comparing these matches to the original source where they were found. And this just helps me to identify whether or not this text match is problematic or not. What edits or modifications do I need to make to my paper in order to resolve any concerns that a publisher might have about its authenticity or originality. What I can also do here is if there are sources that I would like to remove from this report, I can go ahead and do that here from my match. So if I wanted to, remove some of these sources, I could just click exclude sources, and I could choose to go ahead and exclude those sources. So this is helpful to start to narrow in on your results. You'll notice my similarity score did go down just a little bit to 24%, and that's just because now there's less text that is getting matched. If I wanted to review my matches by their source, I can do that here by toggling over to the All Sources view. So this is letting me know in the order of highest magnitude which internet sites or which publications were providing the most matched text. So I can see this McMaster site provided the most with 600 words, and I can keep looking through here. This is useful if there's a source that you would like to exclude. So if you want to exclude any content or matches that came from your institution, just to see what's coming from other places, you could use All Sources to do that. But it's pretty simple to do. I could just go ahead and choose which ones I want, go ahead and exclude them. And if I want to add them back, it's very simple to do that as well. In the bottom area of the report, there are a few things we can do here. We can click on this little stop sign looking thing, and I can see all these sources that I have excluded. So if I wanted to add them back to include them back into my report, I could do that individually by checking the boxes, or I could go ahead and just hit restore all, and that would go ahead and add everything back in. The other kind of option I have here for refining my report is in the filters. So these are filters and settings, and this lets you choose what kinds of matches you want to take out to really narrow in on specific areas. So you could choose to exclude quotes, you could exclude the bibliography section, you could exclude very small sources. So if it's only contributing 1 or 2% to your overall report, and you don't want to worry about those sources, you could exclude those. Or the same would go for matches, very small sets of text matches. And then you can just go ahead and apply those changes. And then what you'll notice is that did dramatically decrease the amount of text that's similar because we've excluded a lot of segments. And now our overall similarity score is 17%. The last kind of fun thing that I always like to look at is if you wanted to explore your matches a little more fully, you can do that here in this pop-up box, either by clicking on the source link, which will take you out to that full document. So if I click on that link, that will bring me to this document or web page, depending on what it is. And let's just take me to the top, and I can review it in context. Or I can also review this match side by side. So what we'll do is we will bring in the text from that match, highlight where within it is. You can kind of see what comes before, what comes after, compare those side by side, and then you can do this for all of the matches that might come from that particular source. So it will automatically sort of move you down through those matches so you can see how they line up. So I think that's really interesting. Once you have your report, kind of refined, you're getting the information you need, perhaps you want to save that report or collaborate with a peer about it, you can go ahead and export that as a PDF. So just go ahead and hit this PDF button here. I'm going to open one I already had because it takes a minute to do. But you'll see this has the fully formatted report with the highlighted matches that are there for you. So you can see, exactly where you're finding that similarity. You'll see the overall similarity score that document had, as well as the sources that those matches were coming from. And then here, very lightly, you can see which filters and exclusions were in place. So we had quotes were excluded, as well as the bibliography. So I have that kind of in perpetuity now that I can go ahead and use and share with my colleagues as I need to. So hopefully that's a good overview of how to read and use your similarity report.
Kate, Gretchen, thank you very much for your, please you can come back. The webinar will be available soon via the Inago Academy website. Thanks again for taking part. Thanks everyone for your questions, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Inago webinar. Thanks everyone, bye-bye.